Good morning, angels. Care for some ColourPop Lizzie McGuire collaboration lip gloss? The Lizzie McGuire movie is arguably one of the most iconic, culturally significant films ever made, and who better to discuss it than the pink-pilled community? Having seen the film will be required viewing for today's class, so if you have not seen the film, there will be spoilers if you have not seen it, so I suggest you go to Disney Plus, give it a watch, and come back. However, it would have been really even better if you watched it like 15 years ago. The Lizzie McGuire movie is the finale of the Lizzie McGuire series, the TV show. Wow, what a way to go out. I'm so pleased with the naming of the Lizzie McGuire movie because they didn't beat around the bush here. They just said, this is the Lizzie McGuire movie. Putting the word movie as the title of a movie. Would I say that Lizzie McGuire is one of the greatest films ever made? Yes. But many other people wouldn't say that. So in that sense, it's a bit of a cult classic. And the girls who get it, get it. And to set the tone for how we as a society feel about this movie, I have a great Letterboxd review by user MJ. A timeless classic in its own right, arguably on par with The Godfather. The intertwining of romance and music clearly inspired Damien Chazelle's La La Land, while the beguiling Italian landscape here obviously influenced Luca Guadagnino's similar depiction of it in Call Me By Your Name. This is a remarkable, heartwarming, and endlessly rewatchable coming-of-age tale that achieves more than people tend to give it credit for. We have most of the iconic characters from the TV series returning for the film. Our star hero lead, Lizzie McGuire, the original Sigma male himself, Gordo, our slightly overbearing mom, the aloof but reasonable dad, the future CIA agent brother Matt, the best friends to enemies, popular mean girl Kate, one of the original himbos, Ethan. And you may be thinking, aren't we missing someone? Was it the iconic Miranda? Yeah, we are missing her. She's not joining us on the trip to Italy. She is visiting her family. But we do have some worthy replacements. Future school principal and only character that I ever internalized from a movie, Miss Ungermeyer. The guy who was probably one of the reasons many young people today have trust issues, Paolo. This star, the legend, the icon, the pop singer of a generation, Isabella, and we can't forget the protective but lovable Sergey. So the film centers around a freshly graduated Lizzie McGuire. Keep in mind throughout this entire film, this girl freshly graduated middle school, which we never called graduation. It was promotion, like promotion to high school. I actually don't know why we called it that. So the first piece of this movie, So the first piece of this movie we need to discuss is the introduction, of course, which is probably one of the most important pieces of pink-pilled media ever created. There's a lot to unpack and not a lot of time, so we have to go right now, or else we'll run out of time and something bad will happen. So The Tide is High is the intro song of this movie. I never knew this song, and I will never know this song outside of the Lizzie McGuire movie. And you might be thinking, wow, are you uncultured? And I would say to that, yes. Yeah. And we also have Lizzie trying on different outfits. She's picking out her graduation outfit, so she's trying on all these different fits, and her closet's crazy. And we've always known Lizzie McGuire is a fashion icon, but something about this movie is it really exemplifies how important she was to fashion in the early 2000s. One thing I have to point out is the pink and black outfit. Now, if you watched my last video, you know how iconic black and pink is to the early 2000s. It's just like one of the pillars of Y2K fashion. And I could probably do an entire video on the color black and pink, but we're not going to do that. It's just important to point out. It's always important we point out that color combination when we are engaging in this media. She changes so many times. I didn't keep track because I can't count, actually. It's kind of crazy, but I cannot count. But she changes many times into different outfits. And this is interesting because of something that happens in the plot later, but for now, just keep in mind she changes many times. Another important thing in this intro, I know there's a lot that happened, but don't worry, we won't go this deep into every scene, but this scene's very important. She uses the hairbrush as a microphone. This changed my life. I've never seen someone do something so innovative before, and I don't know if anyone is going to agree with me, but I saw this and then I did it. And then I did it forever, and I just did it up until last week in my bathroom. The hairbrush unlocks something in you, and I recommend you try it if you haven't, because having a mic, I think does something in your brain that helps it. Now, there's a lot that's happening with the fact that Lizzie is singing and being a pop star in her bedroom, because Hilary Duff herself was a pop star. But also she's going to in the future tense, be a pop star in the film. So it's almost like the wall doesn't exist. We also have the iBook, which is just sitting there. And this broke me because it sparked my deep desire to have a MacBook at an incomprehensible age. I didn't even need a computer at the age of 7, but this is the reason I did need one. And to top it all off, in this scene, we have a Mac glitter. Like the MacBook, iBook, the Mac iBook, and the Mac glitter. People need to put that together and do something with that. Only you would think that you could wear that powder blue, puffy sleeved, it's kind of a peasant dress, but it might just be a baggy disaster of questionable fiber content that you wore to the spring dance. Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater. The earth shifted on its axis. Tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, terror, destruction. And she was born. I've said this before and I will say it forever. This was the cause of the rise of fast fashion. The way Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater rings in the back of my mind every time I wear an outfit that is similar or the same as an outfit I wore a week before. As soon as Kate said this, when I first watched it, I couldn't hear anything else. My ears started ringing because outfit repeater is something that I did a lot. And I missed the most important part of the scene is when cartoon Lizzie says, I might be an outfit repeater, but you are an outfit rememberer, which is just as pathetic. And that's so true. The fact that she's clocking Lizzie's outfits shows Lizzie's outfits have an impact. Also, going back to what I made you keep a note of that Lizzie changed so many times, this was a very real moment. Why? Because I will try on 15 different outfits for an event and I will settle on the same exact outfit every single time. It doesn't matter how many times I change because that outfit is a good outfit. And if a good outfit can be used many times, why wouldn't you wear it? Now, everybody is so terrified to be an outfit repeater, but it's worse and more pathetic to be an outfit rememberer and an outfit judger for outfit repeating. At the airport, we're introduced to Miss Ungermeyer, who is one of the greatest characters ever created. As you watch the film, I know you'll agree. Shut your pie holes will go down in history as one of the greatest lines in a film ever.
Shut your pie holes.
And Gordo is also trying to impress her because she is going to be the school principal and he wants to get into a good college, good for him. And she doesn't like him because he is kind of a teacher's pet. But as a recovering teacher's pet, I understand. So we arrive to Italy with the sweet sound of Dean Martin's On an Evening in Roma playing in the background of a travel B-roll montage of Lizzie enjoying the city of Rome. This was life-changing, and I'm gonna keep saying this. It was in this moment I learned that there is a world outside of my small Midwestern suburb, and that planted a seed in me that would cause me to want to see this place that this legend in my life experienced. And I did that. I did it last summer. I did.
Welcome to the Hotel Cambini.
Welcome to the Hotel Cambini. I love the way she talks. I love the way she presents every piece of information. I want to be her. I'm starting to talk with, I feel her. You know what I mean? How I have internalized Miss Ungermeyer? It's because she comes out sometimes. Like even when I talk about her, I'm fighting her in me to stay me and have her keep staying in the background. Now I know Miss Ungermeyer is supposed to be the villain of this movie, but she is actually unreal at sharing the facts and story of Rome in a really engaging way. I learned more about Rome in this movie than I did in my anthropology classes. That's a lie. Okay, I did lie, but I learned a lot from this movie at such a young age about Rome. I didn't actually process any of it, but I noticed it in my watch that I did yesterday. Very informational. So Lizzie makes a wish and Gordo's so sweet. He's like, I don't even need to make a wish. I'm in Rome with my best friend, which is so cute. But Lizzie's like, ooh, I'm making a wish. Makes a wish. You're actually supposed to do 3 coins into the Trevi fountain. Just a little. Maybe she was going to do 3, but she already tossed 1 in. She doesn't even get a chance to do the other 2 because as soon as she comes up, she locks eyes with Paolo. Ooh. Another important point we need to discuss in this movie is Lizzie's outfits. Her outfits are unreal. in this movie. She's listening to like Paolo and Isabella's music, and tell me this wouldn't be a fit. You would see a it girl of today, Miss Devin Carlson, Miss Emma Chamberlain, maybe Miss Matilda Jerv. This look should be on one of their inspiration boards if they have those. I don't know if they have a stylist or whatever. I would suggest you put that on there because I love it. It has gone full circle that this outfit, if I saw a girl wearing this outfit, I'd be like, you are the coolest person I've ever seen in my life. I think it's the headphones, whatever. Anyway, we get a glimpse into the song of the movie. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. And Lizzie describes Paolo and Isabella's music as driving around in the car with the top down, putting your lip gloss on, loving life kind of thing. That needs to be put in history books because that's exactly how I describe every form of product, media, activity I do. And it's centered around that. If that is the feeling I get from what I'm doing, what I'm consuming, what I'm seeing, I am reaching my goal in life. Now, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I truly was obsessed with Paolo the first time I saw this. So it cut even deeper that he was terrible and a liar the first time. 6 years old. That's got to do something to you. Right? Am I crazy? I am. So this film actually created one of the most coveted experience you could have in Rome, which is riding on the back of a Vespa with your arms around a beautiful Italian man. Now, did I do this when I was there? No. But I did see Tony Hawk at the Trevi Fountain. Lizzie also very much likes Paolo, and she looks exactly like his ex-girlfriend. Like, I get people have a type, but she looks exactly like her. And then he's like, well, I don't actually love her like that anymore. I just love her like a sister. Can we normalize not calling people that you're friends with your brother or your sister, I love them like a sister? Because in case something happens there, then it's just weird. Because you already referred to them as your brother. Let's not do that anymore. It's in too many books, in too many movies. I love them like a brother. I love them like a sister. Like, literally, how about don't say that ever? We're not going to touch on her too much, but Cartoon Lizzie is so unhinged, and I love her so much. And this was just really so avant-garde to have this animated character within this cinematic piece of gold. Also, the original girl boss is Max's friend. I don't remember her name. I would look it up, but I'm not going to do it now. But she's the original girl boss. The fact that she's only in like 2 scenes, but she causes so much mess for the movie because she is in her bag is really just commendable. She may have also been seen as a villain, but she was just really at maybe, 8? Trying to get rich. I didn't even know what money was at 8, or if I did, it was like $2 was like $1,000. The fact that Hilary Duff has her own song as one of the songs for the movie montage wasn't made for the movie. This is just a Hilary Duff original. And the fact that it is like a significant song in the film, we don't talk about how iconic Hilary Duff is anymore. Keep that in your orbit. Remember her. So one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Lizzie is trying to be Isabella and she needs to find an outfit for the International Music Awards. So she has a little fashion show. And the song Supermodel is the song of choice for this period of time. And there's a specific spot in my room. I remember watching this. I had a little TV in my room. Actually, I was very lucky. And I remember watching this part and thinking, oh my God. This is going to change my life. Every outfit, I will say, would have absolutely ate every girl up at the 2019 Met Gala with the theme Camp. Outfit 1. Now we're going to talk about each outfit. I wrote notes on each outfit. First, we have this silver look. I wasn't sure if this was more of a newspaper vibe or like maybe a Y2K newspaper. It's like very shiny, but still looks like you could still read something informational. I do love the little marshmallow things dangling in front of her and also the makeup. It's very circa 2013 Andrea Russet, who made silver the eyeshadow color of that generation, my generation. Outfit 2, the light up outfit is great. It feels a little cheap. It feels like maybe I found those lights in the clearance section of a Michaels and I just attached them to some fabric. I'm not a fan of this one. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the innovation though, but it's not very practical. Outfit 3 was very goth girl, which I love. I love the makeup look especially, but I was kind of hoping to get a headpiece with this one and really accentuate the campy vibes. I do have to knock some points off for it being easily dismantled And also, I'm not a fan of the shoes. Now, outfit 4 is one of my favorites because the makeup and the hair and the fit, they're all very cohesive. It feels like Arctic camp, which I've never seen before. And so it's very unique. Outfit 5 is also a personal fave. I think it might be my absolute favorite just because it's green. And it's very green Marie Antoinette. If Marie Antoinette was from a green planet and was an alien, this is what she would look like exactly. Why Lizzie ripped the dangling pieces off in front of her is confusing because she didn't rip off the marshmallows, but she ripped off these. Also, the fact that Lizzie's parents visited her, like they missed her so much after like 2 weeks, they had to visit her. I would be so pissed. Yes, I miss my child. This is the first time they're gone for like 2 weeks, but you didn't have to go there. Also, how rich are they? They have to be out of their minds, rolling in cash with the fact that they sent Lizzie on this trip for 2 weeks and then they all went out of the blue, just booked a flight that day. That's gotta be expensive. This outfit is another thing that needs to be discussed. She brought these full wedges that arguably would only work with that outfit, which I respect. But she's in 8th grade. People keep forgetting that. She just graduated 8th grade. Another part that I noticed this time around that is a red flag that I just dismissed, and so did Lizzie, was the fact that Paolo's like, don't you trust that you and I can do the singing together? And she's like, I guess. And he's like, well, you shouldn't. Did he break there? Was that a break in Paolo's whole scheme that nobody noticed? Also, Gordo is the most loyal friend ever. She doesn't hang out with him the entire trip, even though she's like, no, we're going on adventures together, Gordo. And he's like, okay. And then she obviously is having a good time on her own. And he's still covering for her so much that he literally is like, no, I was the one sneaking out. It wasn't Lizzie. Like, that's loyalty with a capital L. Also, when Paolo makes Lizzie just start randomly lip syncing and she didn't really know the lyrics, that was evil. Like, I would never be able to do that. It was so awkward. Like, imagine you're with a guy you like and he's like, lip sync this and perform. Yeah, we know the whole thing where like Isabella comes back and she's like, he's the liar and all this stuff. And Lizzie's like, I don't know who to believe. And Isabella's like, why wouldn't you believe your best friend who's literally like given up everything for you versus this random dude you just met? And Lizzie's like, that's very true. And it was one of the biggest plot twists in cinematic history. Paolo is evil and a liar. He sucks at singing, like really bad. Like, how is he that bad at singing? And how did he get away with this for so long? Also, nobody around them is noticing that Isabella and Lizzie, who are very like, Isabella is supposed to be performing. No one notices this woman who looks exactly like Isabella is dressed in a green outfit. Looks like she's ready to perform with her like dark hair. No one notices her. They only notice blonde Isabella, Lizzie. No one's like, whoa, you guys look alike. No one's paying attention. So the fit and the whole look is iconic. We know this. It's so iconic that I won a costume contest with my friend Taylor as Lizzie and Isabella this past Halloween. And I won a Chili's gift card. I just had to talk about that because how could I not talk about that? Like, when you win a costume contest, you have to talk about it. Was this whole video a ruse for me to talk about me winning a costume contest in October of 2022? I'm not going to say no. Also, this International Music Awards is at the Coliseum. She's performing at the Coliseum. I bet you when they were making this, they didn't expect that they would have the Lizzie McGuire movie filmed. Oh, wait, it wasn't filmed at the Coliseum. It's fake. You're telling me these people are in rafters sometimes only? And then sometimes it's the Coliseum? No, I have an eye for this. This is fake. I'm sorry. This is fake. It wasn't really at the Coliseum. I just found this out yesterday when I watched again. It hurt to know that. I'm sorry. I had to tell you so we can share in this together. I love the switcheroo here where, you know, they're about to perform whatever. And then Isabella comes out and he's taken aback. And then we get another line that was just put in the history books.
Sing to me, Paolo.
I know people say that I may have a little bit of a hyperbole when I speak. I'm sorry. What other movie line has stood the test of time? Every time you see a girl in her mid-20s in Rome and her Instagram caption is not "Sing to me, Paolo," and she mentions it probably multiple times when she's there, that's a cultural impact. There's no other way around it. You just gotta go through it. You gotta accept. And we know like Paolo storms off, whatever, everybody hates him, blah, blah, blah. And the girlies perform together. Now in my head, they actually perform together the whole time. But it turns out Isabella was just like, no, it's just you go, whatever. And I found out in my research that the director actually was going to have them both perform the entire time, which is why you can hear Miss Haley Duff's vocals, who did the singing voice of Isabella, in the background when Lizzie is still performing by herself. Because I don't think the director knew how iconic Isabella would be in society. Like, everybody knows who that is. I walked into a room as Isabella in my costume and everyone knew immediately. And maybe we can get a updated version where they perform together. Anyway, Lizzie does a great job. The final thing I'll say is I still believe that this could happen. I know that it's not likely, but it is possible that you have a doppelganger in another country who might be a pop star or another famous person, and you could get caught in a crazy scheme of hijinks and sneaking out in love and friendship and discovering who you are. So I'm never really going to let that go and say that this is unrealistic and that every time I go to Rome, I'm not going to think that the potential of that is possible. This is what dreams are made of. We got to keep dreaming. This was a little bit of a different type of video for me. I didn't really go through every single point. I just talked about the points that I believe were the most significant. So if you guys like this style of video, I can do many, many more. There's many, many movies that I have seen in my life that I can discuss. I had so much fun talking to you guys and discussing. Please leave your report in the comments. I received a FaceTime call from the YouTube CEO yesterday, actually, and he was saying that anyone who subscribes to me would be really wealthy, iconic, cool, classy, and what was it again? Silly. Weirdly enough. So that's just something he wanted me to pass along to you guys. This is my studio. I know I didn't mention that earlier because I figured nobody really cared, but if you're still here, maybe you care a little more than other people who have already clicked off. Yeah, I have a studio where I work my 9-to-5 job, but I also have a place now to film my YouTube videos. It's gonna improve. We just got it, okay? Yeah. I hope you guys have a good day. I will see you next time. Be sure to follow my community tab because I'm always posting updates about live streams with, playing games or like video updates and polls or whatever. Follow me on Instagram also because I'm on there the most often. Thank you so much for watching. Love you so much. I'll see you next time.